Wait. Let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude.
Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Now I'm here to answer any questions you children may have about the monorail.
Me! Can it outrun the Flash?
You bet.
Can Superman outrun the Flash?
Sure, why not?
It's the Al Travis Show. One of our favorite guests is none other than Minnesota sports lifer Paul. Paul, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing great. How you doing? Happy Friday, Al.
Happy Friday. We should mention, because we get a lot of new listeners this week, that you and I have been friends since, oh my goodness, junior high school, right? I mean, we're talking decades.
We're talking JA, if you want to go back.
My first day at
going roster, geometry class, Mr. Miller, going through all the names. He says, Alan, Alan, and you said, no, just Al. You said, okay, JA?
JA for sure, yeah. And he called me JA the rest of my life.
JA
yeah.
The rest of them.
So in junior high school, we meet. But what I've always known about you is you're about as a psychotic Minnesota sports fan as you can get. What I mean by that is if you knew you were going to get hurt all the time, you're either psychotic or you're a Lutheran. And so you're willing to take that beating over and over again, knowing the result. And you, am I lying?
No,
I don't.
No, it's a life sentence. That's why I'm here.
The day.
Yeah.
And we're living that dream now because I'm this close to jumping on a couple of these bandwagons, knowing the second I do, I'm going to get hurt.
Resist, Al. Don't join this. It's not fun. You know how it ends. We don't want to go.
So anyway, that's how we've got to be friends. When I need somebody in new sports, I know Paulie's the guy. So Paulie's on with us. He's also, let's be honest, the front man for the main thing. Only the greatest band no one's heard of yet, but they're going to. You guys got a big deal going on in Hastings this weekend, right? Not you personally, but there's a big deal going on. Tell us about the Hootenanny 16.
We are excited. The Hastings Hootenanny, where all the bars and restaurants, and coffee shops and breweries in downtown Hastings, they all have music at the same time, and bands set up quick, 5 minutes, play 25 minutes of music, tear down, and move to the next place. So you can park it in one spot, and the bands come to you.
How cool is that?
It's kind of, I'm excited to try it. You know, it's kind of raw. It's sort of plug and play, right? So it's not going to be really high production. You know, these are just little stages or little corners maybe where these bands are going to play. It's just raw rock and roll. So we're excited. And yeah, we play and we'll be at the Spiral Brewing at 4:30 and the Legion in downtown Hastings at 5:30. We just pick up our gear, wheel it down the street and set up again. It's going to be kind of cool.
I love this, and there are 9 venues. 100-plus acts are going to be there. I mean, this is wild. It's free, people. Now, they ask for a $20 donation. They think that's fair. It all goes to the Hastings Youth Music Program. This is a brilliant idea. Give Hastings a round of applause. I think this is fun. So absolutely. I go and let's say you decide to get to Hastings American Legion, and you sit yourself down by 5:30, by the way, because at 5:35, the main thing will start playing. 9 other bands are going to come through in the next 4 hours? You just sit there and enjoy. I think it's great. I think it's a great idea.
It's a cool idea, and we're excited. It's our first time at it, and we're fired up. And then, but it goes all night. The last bands play. Some of these places are going to go till about midnight, so you can stay as late as you want.
Love that. That is fantastic. Hastings tomorrow night. I want to throw a couple of quick hitters out at you just to get your thoughts. Are you one? I know I don't think you are. I know we have friends that are there, which is weird. The idea of doing the mock draft in your head of the first 120 people in the order and where they're going to go. You a mock draft kind of guy? I don't do that. I have no time for it.
All the what ifs and possible trades. It's like, why speculate on all this? It's just not worth, change. Also, every year we can guess, who are the best players. Inevitably, there's some surprises where, the top picks kind of tank or get hurt. And then there's other guys who show up from the 3rd or 5th or 6th round and they become all pros. So it's kind of a useless exercise to me. The one thing I do remember with the best part of the NFL draft really was when COVID hit. And all the professional sports leagues shut down in March and April of 2020. We did have the NFL draft that everybody watched because there was no sports for like 2 months. but we could watch this because everybody was just doing camera videos and
Yeah.
stuff from their house, and the excitement of the players getting drafted was still, that was must-see TV, but it was because we didn't have anything else to watch. So
The Housewives were in reruns. Okay, one last your thoughts. Minnesota took Ohio State offensive lineman Donovan Jackson. It's like the first time in 40 years we've taken a lineman.
yeah.
I think that was a glaring problem for us last year, especially in the playoffs. That doesn't bother me, not in the least.
No, not at all. And with a young quarterback in JJ McCarthy going to start, you make sure you've got more protection for him. You hope you get Darisaw back fully healthy and picking up where he left off, and then the offensive line becomes one of the better ones in football. So no, I'm totally cool with it. I mean, we saw the Eagles won a title with great defensive and offensive lines.
Yeah.
So no secret, that's where these games are won. So let's get some good talent. Ohio State's coming off the national championship, so this guy must be good. Let's find out.
Can I throw one wish list? As far as I go, our next pick is like 97 or something. I have no problem. We only have 4 this year. Take all of them, bundle the rest of them up, give them to somebody so we can get, I think we desperately need a backup quarterback. Am I nuts? Right now, I think the kicker is our backup quarterback. If JJ goes down, don't we have to solidify that just a little bit?
Well, I wouldn't. Well, yeah, I think we could do something different with a backup quarterback, but I don't want to spend my draft capital on that. I really don't. I would rather get some young talent and maybe all the other holes. We've got a safety, Al, who's 36 years old. We got holes to fill.
Don't you talk about Smith, mister. He's my idol.
know.
No, but here's my point. We were a plethora of energy. We had JJ, we had what's his name who just started for us last year, and then we had Darnold, then you had Jones sitting there. We had 3 decent quarterbacks all just laying around. And now we're one guy who was just an injury away from not playing. I just think you got to solidify, Paul. I throw it out there. Okay,
But
I don't care how you do
that's fine. I wouldn't do it with the draft picks. I would do it some other way. Find a
Cash
free
out?
agent. Yeah, not sure, but
Fair enough. Talk a little wild action. I presume you're liking this. They're a whole other team. They get a couple scorers in there, and oh my goodness, they beat the number 1 Golden Knights 4-0. They're a 4-seed upsetting them. They're up 2-1. Are we getting the idea that we could win this series?
well, of all the pro sports, the NHL is the one where it doesn't matter what seed you are, because 8s beat 1s more often than 7 beats 2. You get hot and the bounce of the puck and anything can happen. So it is sort of a just get in and find your way. I love the fact that I was watching that game start to finish last night. The Wild looked great. Kaprizov and Boldy are among the top 2, the top scoring pairs in all of it. When is the last time we had scorers being mentioned alongside all of these higher firepower teams? Super fun to watch. The X was on fire. We can beat Vegas in we got the 2-1 lead. We got one more at home tomorrow. No, that would be awesome. And I'm not afraid of anybody else in the West.
So that's what I was just going to ask you. I don't follow enough hockey. Who is the team to beat? And you're saying if it's the Golden Knights, we're already taken.
No, they're the 3 seed. I think Winnipeg is the 1 seed, and they're up 2-0. They look really, really, really good. But our next opponent would be the winner of Edmonton and LA Kings, and neither one looks really good. The Kings are up 2-0, but no, it's let's make a run. When's the last time we had a really deep run in the playoffs in hockey around here? It's been a long time. So let's go. We've had a lot of first round exits. So
this is you sucking me in. I'm going to get on this bandwagon. I'm going to do it. And I see you wearing the hat. Now let's calm it down just a moment before we go to break, because I'm tired of talking about them already, and we're only 25 games into a 162 game season. These Minnesota Twins.
Oh,
I'm sorry. You should sweep the Chicago White Sox. You should. We gained 1 game on them in that 3-game series, and let's be completely frank. If Buxton doesn't make the catch of the year so far over his head, we probably lose to the Sox, and we actually lose a game to the Sox. We're that bad. We're talking about comparing ourselves to Chicago, Paul. Can I be off this bandwagon for at least the foreseeable future? I got no mental input. Can I?
No, knock yourself out. You hate the stadium anyway, so just hate the team. I don't care. It does me no good.
Let's put a clause on this. I hate the fact that it's an open-air stadium, but you can't smoke a cigar. Come on, people. And that if you're not going to put that on there, put a dome on it so that we can play in the cold months, and it
The
wouldn't got
world,
rained out
according
yesterday.
to Al, put a dome on a beautiful stadium and make
Or
and
let me smoke a
my
cigar.
cigar wherever I want because
Yeah.
I'm addicted. So, I don't know. What about
Addicted, I
people who
just
like
really enjoy
fresh air, Al? What about people who like outdoor ball? And I don't know.
Yeah, then make me pay for a stadium where it rained
You didn't
yesterday.
pay
You could have
for it.
watched the
You
game,
didn't
but
pay
it
for
rained.
it. You didn't pay for it. Hennepin County paid for it. You don't live in Hennepin County. And
I
you pay a
visit
few
once and
cents
twice,
in
and
tax when you go and buy a beer at Brothers.
Okay, we're making this very political, Paul. No one likes that. I'm right here.
No, you made
Okay.
it political. You didn't pay squat for this.
All right, I don't care. I still like a dome on it. We could have played yesterday. So tell me
my
what you got to do to fix your team. What do you got to do to
Just
fix your
shoot me.
team?
Just shoot me.
Oh,
With the
I'm this
Twins?
close. Yeah.
Oh,
What
get
do you-
Royce Lewis healthy. That's number one.
That's the whole difference between us being a contender and that is Royce Lewis. Come on.
Changes the whole lineup. Also, the bullpen was a strength, and now they're hurt. Griffin Jacks has been struggling. Duran wasn't the lights out. There's a lot of things to fix here.
Okay, that's
yeah,
right.
we should have swept. We should have swept Chicago. You can't argue that.
And the fact that you're one catch from losing 2 out of 3. I mean, thank
Yeah.
you, Buxton, for being there, but that's how close that game was.
I know.
That ga-
I know.
Okay.
I
All right.
can't. I'll still go. You don't have to go. I'll go because it's my happy place, and I love baseball. So, but you
That's
can stay home.
that's the Lutheran in you. That's the born and raised Lutheran in you. It's my happy place. But we keep losing. But that's where I feel the most comfortable. Yeah, there's guilt there, Paulie. We got to work through your family issues at some point.
That's what Lutheranism is. It's all the guilt without all the extra rules.
All your emails go to al@altravisshow.com. al@altravisshow.com. More after this.
Chanhassen Dinner Theaters brings you its most popular show of all time, Grease. You'll hear all your favorite hits from the Broadway musical and the movie. Join the whole gang at Rydell High. We'll sing, we'll dance, we'll bring you back to high school life in the 50s. Poodle skirts, bobby socks, the soda shop, and drive-in movies. Grease! It'll rock your socks off. Order your tickets today. Visit chanhassendt.com.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
amongst friends. The Al Travis Show. Nothing but talk.
We've got a Minnesota Sports Life for Paulie, and I will say one thing, that those weird blue uniforms, the out to sea ones or whatever the Twins were wearing yesterday, actually when it rains and they get a little mud on their pants, it does look like the bottom of Minnesota Lake. So I could go that they got something going on there as long as it's raining on them.
Oh, you'll be here all week with that one, won't you? Yes, you're right. I don't care for those uniforms at all.
Better when they're wet. All right.
One real quick. One more
You
Twins
go
note. Some sad news that saw reported that a couple Twins legends had strokes recently. Tony O and Kent
Hrbek.
So,
yeah.
All positive vibes to them, and then for a recovery, and these are guys who are they're Minnesota baseball through and through, and so we love it. They both got gates at Target Field named after them, and numbers retired at the Twins. So
Tony O is 85 and has had a series of mini strokes. That just can't be good at 85. I mean, prayers for him. Ken Hrbek, on the other hand, you and I, we've met him. I mean, we're at a similar function. He's our age. That's scary crap right there.
But he does older, but he is. Yeah. It is.
But he has come out and made some pretty good humorous lines about it. I think he's doing better. He's mentioned that he's a little slower, if you can imagine that, but still, he's doing fine. Prayers to him too, but that's scary. Strokes, nothing to fool around about. All right, last topic to get through today. Your Minnesota Timberwolves sit at one game apiece against L.A. Now, that's stealing one from them. But that last game, Paulie, I put out to you, L.A. was embarrassed that they weren't ready to play the first game.
Agreed.
It was a rock'em sock'em robot match the next game. Yeah. What happens come tonight, 8:30 our time, ESPN? Who comes out hitting?
Yeah, no, that's the question, right? It's punch, counter punch, and what's the Wolves have a counter punch now? What is that going to be? And they'll have to figure out how the refs are going to call it. They certainly let the physical go on, in game 2. You could have called lots of fouls. Regular season game, that would have been, everybody would have been in the bonus in the end of the first quarter. So, that'll be interesting. And I'm really hoping that the eventually, looking at the long term here, the series of it, the Wolves have the depth. And, I liked in game 2 that they got some of the other guys off the bench, into the game. Young guys, they got a taste of the playoffs. And that's going to pay off because those guys are going to need some minutes. And we come at them in some waves. That's how we beat them, is with depth. And when their guys are tired and our guys are fresh. And our guys
I don't disagree, but I don't think that's Finch's first move is to go deep in the bench. But because Naz Reid, by the way, our buddy Chris is out as far as the next time we go out, we're taking Naz Reid with us because that guy can fight. I want him in a battle with us if we ever have to get out of.
Absolutely.
That was as mean as I've seen my buddy, and I love him. He can come out with us anytime. But he got in foul trouble. DiVincenzo got in foul trouble, so now you're going deep in the bench. I don't think that was coach's first thought. Now, will he see that and say, that worked out? I hope we do. I think we know this game in the first 12 minutes. Which team comes out boxing? My bet is it's L.A. because I've seen Minnesota enough time kind of show up and see what's going on before they play. They can't get that far behind this Lakers team because it takes the crowd out of it and all the rest.
Yeah.
Minnesota has to come out in the first 12 minutes. If they do, I think we can win this thing.
Yeah.
If they don't, I think it's over.
Yep. Yeah, and I think the thing I was disappointed in most in game 2 actually was Rudy. I thought Rudy has played well in spots all year, and there's been stretches when he was a difference maker. He really struggled in game 2. He needs to be protecting the rim a little bit and getting in LeBron's face and making it hard for Luka and all of that. He needs to do more of that and make the bunny when you get it down low. Either it's a dunk or have a little touch around the rim. Just make those. Don't miss the bunnies. That's all he's got to do and clean that up. And that he could probably have had 8 points. That would change last game, big time. So I'm pulling for Rudy to.
Can we talk to the crowd in our last minute? Don't go crazy, crowd, because this is going to get pushy and shovey. And if you start getting behind, it's another missed call, ref, another missed call. That's when Naz starts doing the hands up. We're going to get technicals if we get too wild. You can be happy when things go. But don't be screaming at those refs because our team is not good about holding back, and Lakers not much better. But
they're
fair.
Here. Yeah, no, I think that's good, and have good energy. We're not going to get all the calls. They've got some star power. They're going to get some calls, But no, stay with it, and I think we're good. Honestly, I think we are a better team overall than the Lakers, and when we're healthy, playing well, it's there for us, man.
All right, we got to go. Got just enough time to mention the main things. Going to be at Hastings American Legion for the Hastings Hootenanny 16. Get yourself there, Paul. Appreciate you, my friend. We'll catch you again next week. He's Paul, Minnesota Sports.